So did it come from, some frozen block of ice where the creature sat in it for 40 or 50,000 years, finally melting and unleashing them into the ocean? Is this a product of the Fukushima radiation leak? The internet is awash with theories as to just what it was that literally began eating an Australian teen alive, starting at his legs while he was swimming in the Brighton Beach Ocean. Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. So if you haven't seen this really creepy story here, it's been all over the web, and on most of the websites you'll see the titles that are all similar in that they state something along the lines of mysterious sea creatures in Australia chew up or bite teenagers' legs. And that's exactly what has happened here. So according to these new reports, this past Saturday, an Australian teenager went for a swim, and when he came out of the water, his feet and lower legs were covered in blood, with what looked like thousands of these tiny little pinholes all over his legs. Now, mind you, these images are graphic, so if you have small children watching, you may want to have them look away, but you get the gist from looking at the pics here. And so a kid by the name of San Canizay, while speaking from a local hospital bed, told reporters that he had went waist deep into the ocean at Brighton Beach, which is in Melbourne, Australia, after he got done playing soccer. When he emerged 30 minutes later, he found his knees and ankles bleeding profusely. I mean, like nothing you've ever witnessed before. The boy said, quote, "I walked out of the water, saw what I thought was sand covering my ankles and lower calf, so I just shook it off quite violently, and it came off by the time I walked across the sand. About 20 meters later, I looked down and noticed that I had blood all over my ankles and feet. I didn't know what to think of it. It was a bit of a shock and a bit of a random thing to see." So the boy then went home. He attempted to wash off the blood, but the bleeding didn't stop. And that's when his parents took him to the hospital, where apparently they kept hosing this kid's legs off, but the blood just kept oozing out, it would not stop. And so Kinizay's father, Jared, said that the hospital staff had no idea what kind of creature could have caused the injuries, never seen anything like this before. And so the kid's father went back to the beach the following night with a pool net that he had filled up with some pieces of steak. And he captured what he believes are some of these creatures that could have been responsible, which is what you're seeing in the clip here, where we have dozens of these tiny bug-like creatures literally chomping on these chunks of steak, sucking out the blood. I mean, completely devouring them like you would think of piranha. It was clear after watching the video and catching the creatures that whatever these things are, they really love meat. And what they're doing to these pieces of steak is exactly what they were trying to do to this kid's poor legs and ankles. And so there's been a few theories. The first one was, well, could these be something called sea lice? Which, if that isn't a creepy enough name, these creatures are about the size of a quarter, sometimes bigger, but have these hard outer shells. So that's been ruled out. And of all of the reported cases of these so-called sea lice, or sometimes called sea fleas, scientists and hospitals have never seen such profuse bleeding. They usually leave you with what looks like a rash, like you've been bit by a bunch of mosquitoes. And that was one of the theories by a man named Jeff Weir from the Dolphin Research Institute, who said that the likely culprit was probably opportunistic amphipods, which are tiny crustaceans that latch onto decaying plant or animal matter. But another man by the name of Thomas Cribb, who is a parasite expert from the University of Queensland, said that it would be very unusual for amphipods to cause such excessive bleeding. He's quoted as saying, "It's not a parasite I have ever come across." With finally another marine expert by the name of Michael Brown saying, quote, "I've never seen anything like this." So yeah, the jury is still out. And already, I've been speaking with a couple of different people, talking to some guys online, some who believe, as I stated at the beginning of the video, that whatever these little creatures are, they could possibly be mutations that have resulted from the well-known, infamous Fukushima radiation leak, which, by the way, if you don't know, was a Japanese power plant that was destroyed during a tsunami, in turn leading to a leakage of highly radioactive water into the ocean at an amount of upwards of 500 tons of radioactive liquid per day. And we've done past videos on this before where we've spoken about these mystery hotspots that have been detected in certain regions of the ocean, where they basically couldn't figure out what was causing it, this huge area. And the only thing they could tell is that something down below was causing the water to heat up. And we've seen projections posted online of just how far the radiation leak has potentially spread across the planet's oceans. Couple that with the growing list of contaminated seafood that has been showing up in America and other countries across the globe, just filled with radiation. You know, we're talking mass fish die-offs, some pretty horrifying mutations, and so, yeah, that very well could be what we're seeing. Another group of people believes that these creatures could have been frozen in one of these blocks of ice from potentially millions of years ago. And we're talking possibly prehistoric, that were finally released into the ocean after the ice melted, and so we have this new breed of carnivorous creatures that are so small you can barely see them, but will eat you up in a heartbeat and leave you like this poor kid here in the hospital. So, yeah, it's yet another reason why I don't like going into the ocean. I sure do like visiting the ocean, but anything past knee-deep, you will not find me heading, and now it would seem that even knee-deep may just be one step too far. And another strange thing is that other people who normally swim at this beach have gone in the water since and have been fine. They have not been bitten, nothing. So that adds more mystery to it. And, yeah, so I'm hoping maybe you guys have seen something like this, experienced it before. Give me your opinion down below, and I'll post some links to the original news story. And before we go today, I just have to give a special shout out to a few people who were kind enough to send me some really awesome fan art. So stick around real quick and check these out. I just want to say thanks, first of all, to the viewer who submitted this beautiful little gem of the Secureteam logo. They didn't leave a name, but you know who you are out there. Special thanks to you. This is really, really cool. It's got our logo in the back. I like the purple coloring, and heck, I may just use it as my new logo. But thank you. It really is cool. And another special thanks to a girl by the name of Anne, who sent in a beautiful painting that you're witnessing here. Anne was inspired by the channel to create this phenomenal watercolor painting of our logo. And yeah, this is just, it's obvious that you're a great artist, Anne. And I want to say thank you for taking the time to make this and to email me about it. And you know what? I may just have to commission a painting from you because I really, really like this, and I'd love to have it hanging on my wall here. So special thanks to Anne. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to Karen. Now, a while back, Karen sent me an email where she had created her own Secureteam needle point that she then put in a frame and actually has in her home. Well, she was nice enough to make another one of these and ship it out to me, which she has and I have received. It took her nearly a month to create this masterpiece, and so I want to give a big special thanks to Karen for thinking of me, thinking of the channel, and for taking the time to do something like this. It really is amazing, and thank you to everybody who takes time out of their days to send in this really cool art. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'm not just saying that. You ask my wife, you ask anyone, I have all of my fan art and submissions on the wall around my office, and I look on it with pride every single day. And lastly, you know what the heck? Here's a little cute personal story. So a couple of days ago, I was out here on the laptop working when my wife walked out, and I looked up and was stunned to see her wearing this god-awful NASA t-shirt. Immediately, I thought to myself, she has finally joined the dark side, and I'm gonna have to divorce her. So that's what I did. She packed her stuff. No, I'm just kidding. But I did make her take it off. So yeah, she got this shirt as a joke. Thought it'd be funny to wear it. She knows how I feel about NASA, or never a straight answer, or sometimes called never admitting space anomalies. And so whatever you like to call it, she thought it'd be cute to sport around wearing the symbol of ultimate deception. But you know what, just a few days later, all was forgiven when she surprised me with probably the best piece of fan art I have ever received, and that is this really awesome custom-made Secureteam watch. I guess she got a hold of someone who makes watches, and they actually put the Secureteam logo as the watch face. So, yeah, this is the most awesome gift I've probably received, and I'm wearing it right now, so it's my new favorite accessory. And yeah, shout out to my wife, who truly is the biggest supporter and cheerleader of Secureteam. She is just a bigger reason for the success of this channel and for supporting me as I try to build it and really pursue this love of mine. So thanks to her, thanks to all of you guys. And with that, thank you all for stopping by today. Be sure to subscribe and click the little notification bell. Otherwise, you won't see videos when I post them. Head over and support the channel on Patreon, become a monthly supporter, and receive some awesome awards, including an autographed Secureteam sticker, and really just keep being the awesome people that you all are. The greatest fans on earth, and this is a very exciting time to be alive. So thanks again, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you back in just a bit.